You know what? I've always been a Nintendo fan. I would much more say I'm a PlayStation guy, but Nintendo did shape up my childhood a lot. I played the GameCube because my stepbrother had that, and then I eventually got a Wii, and that's the Nintendo system I played the most growing up, was the Wii. Then the Switch came out, and I've been on and off, but I've been really enjoying some of the games on there, whether it's Mario Odyssey, the collection where they brought Galaxy back. Then I played Breath of the Wild on there, and my first Zelda game, really liked it. And Mario Jamboree, still playing that with my lady a lot. So I like the Switch, right? But I'm aware of its limitations, of how it's more of a family fun system game. That's always how I looked at it. It's the party system. It's when I have my cousins or friends over, I'm putting on Mario Party, I'm putting on Mario Kart, and it's just casual gaming on the couch. I've tried playing Fortnite on it. It's not for those kind of games, and I've even tried playing some of the higher grade games they try bringing down to a Switch level, and you're just like, hmm, okay, they thought they could sell this to me. So I've been intrigued with the Nintendo Switch because they've been saying, well, this is going to be capable of a lot more stuff. It has a bigger refresh rate, has it's going to be capable of handling a lot more games. Like, they're going to put freaking Elden Ring on the Switch. I never got to finish Elden Ring because I suck. But now, if I had it portable and handheld and I can play it before bed, I'm getting on my Elden Ring grind again. Let's see how it looks first. And you know what? I'm down with it. I still don't understand, though, the hype or the need to add how do I say? Let me see if I can find it. The mouse capability. There we go, right here. The mouse capabilities to the Switch. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine if it's there. But I'm like, even when you play the Switch because I feel like, okay, I have my PlayStation right here at my desktop, and I play the PlayStation on my monitor. Okay, if PC gamers, you play on your monitor. How many Nintendo people are genuinely playing on monitors? I feel like most Nintendo people are either handheld or putting it on their TV. So in that kind of situation, how are you using the mouse capabilities? Are you just rubbing your thighs like crazy? Like, this demonstration right here for the mouse capabilities of the controllers, right? We got Wheel Party 3D, I think is what we're watching. That was cool. That little slam dunk. I do like that. I do want to be doing that. But when it comes time to wheel in Wheel 3D, how do I how do I do that if it's on my television? Do I have to like bust out my own flat surface? Do I have to get on my knees and go, "Come on, wheel, wheel, please"? I'm curious. How good is that gonna feel on the thighs after a while? You're gonna be chafing. Gonna require you to buy some lotion. Will Nintendo now sell Nintendo licensed lotion? I'd buy it. I'd purchase it. So, whatever. And it could be one of those features that, like, hey, it does this, but then you're like, yeah, we're not going to use that, but thank you. It could literally be one of those things. So, whatever, it's there. I know people complain about it still having a 1080p screen. Hey, your boy watched a couple Nintendo YouTube videos. I'm smart, okay, now. But with pixel density, you don't want a Nintendo Switch with 4K on the screen because everything will look a little too crisp and odd. 1080p is plenty on there. And I mean, there was a lot of things I was not even expecting, like the voice capabilities they added on, where they're going to have that as well. The magnetic strip, I'm still curious how that's going to work. I do like that they let us know that there's a button to latch it off. That's good because I don't know. I got a fat grip. All right, I built that over the years. That fat grip is going to break those magnets, but it's good that it has a button that way to do it like that. So overall, I'm interested and I'm excited. Now, some of the games I did see that they announced that I thought were kind of interesting that I wanted to talk about here. The thing that got me the most hyped, probably, and is gonna be maybe the only reason I pick up the Nintendo Switch 2 is, let me see. Well, I'll talk about that in a second. Not the Mario Kart thing. You guys know exactly what's got me excited. Where is it? Where is this trailer? IGN, this should be at the top of your list, buddy. Jeez. Is it not even here, man? What the heck? Where is my Donkey Kong? I clicked on your article, IGN. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it. Let me go to someone else here. Let me see if they have it. Uh, they announced a solo Donkey Kong game. You know what? I'm just gonna have to Google it. I can't believe this. Nintendo Switch, new Donkey Kong. Oh man, I was one happy giddy little girl the minute I saw the art and the gameplay of this Donkey Kong game. Ooh, it's been a hot minute since we've gotten a solo Donkey Kong game. I think people said it's been 11 years, and I'm like, dang it honestly hasn't felt that long. I felt like Donkey Kong's still in my life, and what they got going on here, it was so unexpected. So the platform, open world game, Donkey Kong going around. The smashing capabilities within the world, I think, is what really blew my mind. I so wonder how that's going to work and how that's allowed, where he can just dig wherever he please, where he can destroy whatever he wants. Like, that's not what I wasn't expecting that to be like right here. Boy can just dig wherever. What? That's cool. I've also seen people kind of complain over the Donkey Kong redesign. I'm not gonna lie, it threw me off at first. I wasn't completely in love with it, but I think I could get used to it. It's a fine look. I do think it's funny though, they decided to redesign Donkey Kong after they already gave him a big budget movie and put him for the general audiences, because Donkey Kong Mario movie. Let me pull up a photo of that. Okay, okay, maybe they were trying to be similar to that design, because if we look at Donkey Kong's new design, Kong new design. I guess it's slightly similar. Okay. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, so they were actually already prepared. Am I misseeing it? It's kind of similar. It's not as much black within the eyes. They went brown for the movie version, and real black, and not as much of a like a little point in this here. It could just be the expression. Okay, not that crazy, because I was like, dang, they just put him in a movie, made $1 billion, and then they changed the redesign. Okay. Okay, that's not so drastic. And in the way I was looking at it in my mind, it felt pretty huge, the redesign. I was like, it's fine. The only thing now that's kind of sad about all this is it did get announced. Because it was first the Nintendo Switch. Let's talk about the price. So the price is definitely the outrageous part of this, and I totally get it. I've been talking about all the good and the exciting things with it. When we look at the price for the system, I believe they have it marked starting at 449 buckaroos. That is crazy. Because when the Switch first came out, it was $300, right? I'm not crazy. That's how much the Switch was when it first launched, and then it was like 350 if you bundled it with Mario Kart or something. And yeah, it's going to be 500 if you bundle it with the Mario Kart. And I'm just looking at that price and I'm like, dude, that's 50 bucks away from a PlayStation 5. What the heck? Like, and that was always the appeal of Nintendo, right? And their consoles is they were the cheaper option, but just because they were cheaper did not mean it was bad. It still had very enjoyable games, and I thought Nintendo always was on the cutting edge of like, hey, yeah, we might not have the ultra realistic high definition graphics, but we're going to provide you with fun gameplay. And at the end of the day, that's what you want, to play a fun, immersive video game. And Nintendo always delivered on that. Now I guess maybe that's not enough, and more people are begging for like just higher refresh rates, more intense graphics, just more capabilities from their systems than what they offer. And to do that, well, here's a price to match that. You want PlayStation quality games, you're gonna get PlayStation prices, right? But then the real sad part, and yes, I know I'm not gonna get into the politics of it all, because we do have to talk about that. Pre-orders were gonna go up for this, and look, your boy's fortunate enough to be in a nice situation where I can afford this. But I was also gonna sell my OLED. I have the OLED, and GameStop already announced like their trade-in prices. So, and I'm gonna be paying half of the Nintendo Switch too. So that's how I justify it. Trade in my OLED, then pay for half the system. Seems like a fair enough deal in my opinion. So that's what I was gonna do. That's what I was planning on doing. But then when we went to things today, Nintendo announced that they're going to be putting a hold on the pre-orders for what was coming out. So let me see here. Nintendo Switch pre-order delay. So you were going to be able to order this on the 9th, and then it came out the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order date in the US to assess impact of the Trump tariffs. Now, again, I'm not getting into politics. I hate talking about that stuff. And plus, also, your boy is not smart enough to understand this stuff. I tried watching videos. I tried getting into things. All I know is things is going to be expensive. Things is going to be a little bit more pricey. And they say it'll eventually be for the better, right? So we'll see if that ends up becoming true. I don't know. Who knows? I don't even think he knows, if I'm being honest. But either way, that price now is not going to end up being what they advertise. If they're assessing and they're trying to think, because they got to make their money back on that stuff, this price just went up, buddy. This price just went up to like 550, if not maybe 600. 600 for a Switch? Yeah, I like Donkey Kong. I don't think I'm paying that price. Then I have to trade in my Nintendo OLED and my PS5. And I still play Fortnite nightly, okay? That I could not justify. This was already a price where I was like, but I mean, it'd be fine. I can still play. It's backwards compatible too, so all the Switch games I have, I could still use it on this. I'm like, yeah, it's fine, and I'll trade in my current system. I don't know, man. 600, this might be a little too much. Maybe that's, I don't know. And you know, the thing that people brought up, because again, trying to keep it realistic, you know, people are saying, oh, it's just a temporary thing with these tariffs. Eventually things are going to even out and we're going to go back to regular prices. And once the economy is back up in a little bit, we'll see. I don't know, man. Somebody brought up a great point. You remember how cheap things were pre-COVID? A lot of stuff, right? A lot of stuff pre-COVID were pretty affordable. Yeah, I still see some of the effects. I go to La Madeleine, the French. I just had a voice crack. That's embarrassing. La Madeleine, I don't know if you guys know the French restaurant. Well, anyways, it's a restaurant where they would just have bread out there. And you could just grab as much bread as you want with jelly and this, that. After COVID, the bread wasn't there. And there's been many effects like that, and prices have gone up for a lot of fast food chains. We're not in COVID anymore, but we still paying COVID prices. And that's the thing people point out. Once prices go up, no, there's not a time that they go, oh, things are good now, let's lower them. Once they raise prices and they show that you're willing to pay that price, companies are going to be like, well, our margins are even bigger and people are buying the Switch. Let's just leave it as is. So I don't know. Yeah, that's just awful. And again, yeah, I'm still probably gonna end up getting it, but I'm not. I don't think. I think I'm gonna like wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna watch a couple of YouTubers who end up getting it, watching their reviews, and really convincing myself: do I want it, or is it gonna collect dust like my Portal? I wanted that PlayStation Portal so badly. Played it good for like 2 weeks. That thing collecting dust right now, unfortunately. That thing collecting dust right now. So you guys let me know. Still very interested to see how this goes. And it's just fun, right? Sorry, that was a lot of video game talking. Most of you guys stayed for that. Appreciate it. Usually when I talk video games, y'all are like, Chris, stick to movies, buddy. And well, even then I suck at that.